Hey guys, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. It is officially spooky season! Now I know I've already put out a couple videos, but I haven't really talked about how much I love spooky season, y'all. I love it so much, I decided to treat myself a little bit today with a very special Funko Pop from Spirit Halloween. You can't really see it that well, but that's fine. It's Sam from Halloween Special Edition. It's him sitting down with a little pumpkin. He's such a little cutie boy, oh my god. But seriously guys, I have a humongous update concerning Scream 5, which if you haven't seen my other 15 or 20 videos about Scream 5, you better watch those before you check out this one, because I'm dropping some huge spoilers on you today. Now before I get into that, I'm gonna need you guys to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Alright, now let's get into it. What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, sometimes that is better.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
There are other entities who are malevolent and have a more insidious agenda.
So first of all, with Scream 5, I just want to say I love this cast and crew so much. I've been watching all these behind the scene videos of them just like goofing off and having fun. That David Arquette interview where he said he's growing out the Dewey stash, they just seem like such fun people and they're just having a blast making this movie. It's awesome. That's always a good sign and bodes really well for how good this film is going to turn out. Now last week some set photos leaked of what kind of looks like the opening scene. It kind of looks like they're filming outside of a house with a whole bunch of smoke, and well, the last time we saw that was the beginning of Scream 1. So my guess is this is going to be the opening scene here, which I'm going to be talking about later, about a little theory that I got for this movie. We also got a picture of what the Scream logo looks like for this new movie, but so far the film is just titled Scream, which could change at any given moment. Don't forget about Scream 2, that was originally titled Scream the Sequel, and the whole thing looked different, the font's different, it's all green and stuff, it'll be like up here somewhere. Hopefully I get the right one. My point is that title can change at any point, but at the same time, look at Halloween 2018. That film's just titled Halloween. And we have to put the 2018 at the end of that to specify we're not talking about the original one. Or the Rob Zombie one, which no one talks about that much. So hopefully they have some kind of tagline under it, or maybe they call it something different. Like, I still think Ghostface would be a cool name for this movie. But for now, I guess we're sticking with just Scream again. Or, not Scream again, Scream. Now we also got this picture here of the cast, at least some of them, and they're all kind of hanging out. I think it was for Jenna Ortega's birthday that she had right at the beginning of the shoot. And as you can see, we have an actress here who just dyed her hair pink. Just like how in Layla's character description, it says that she has pink hair and she doesn't really have any other personality traits. It looks like that outline of characters was actually for real and wasn't made up by some D-bag in his basement. Also, Melissa Barrera posted a video on her Instagram story of the Scream 5 cast hanging out on the beach and might have accidentally filmed a secret cast member. She tagged Heather Matarazzo in the post, who famously played Randy's sister in the third film. So is she coming back for this new movie? And will Randy come back for this new movie? What was that? Randy! I'm still banking on Randy somehow being in this movie. Maybe he's still dead, but hey, who knows? Maybe Randy's sister has another videotape of old Randy talking about what to do in a horror movie. Again, I wouldn't mind that at all. I don't think any of us would mind that. Randy is by far one of my favorite characters in the Scream franchise. There was some speculation that she might be the opening kill, but then we got even more news. My head's gonna explode with all this Scream 5 news, I'm telling you. I'm going a little crazy. With even more set photos leaked earlier this week, in this picture it kind of looks like there's some older cars that they have on the set, like 90s makes and models. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of the stuff we didn't see in the first film. For example, in this picture, you can see just the back end of a blue car, which very closely resembles Neil Prescott's car from the original film. So are we gonna see what happened to him, or are we gonna see Neil like before the first movie? Or what? What are we gonna see here in these flashback scenes? Well, here's the thing. It can't be a prequel because Judy Hicks is going to be in the movie. She was a character introduced in Scream 4, and yeah, she did go to high school with the main characters, but all the main characters are way older now, and I don't think they're gonna use de-aging effects throughout this whole film. That would just be a little ridiculous. What I do think, though, is why else bring back Judy Hicks into this movie, and why else would she tag Skeet Ulrich in a post on accident? I think it's because we're going to be seeing the death of Maureen Prescott as the opening kill of this movie. If you're not super familiar with the Scream franchise, I had to do a little digging on this one. Maureen Prescott is Sidney's mom, who was technically the first Ghostface victim, and we never actually got to see it. So I'm thinking that the intro of this movie is going to be the death of Sidney's mom, which would be freaking crazy. That is the shock value that I'm looking for in this new movie. The thing that I feel like was totally missing in the 4th and 3rd film. So we're not just gonna have like a couple of flashbacks, I think there's going to be a lot of flashbacks. This is going to be a flashback heavy movie. Why do I keep saying flashback so much? It's annoying. And then there was even more set photos that came out, where it's Jack Quaid and Melissa Barrera, and they're in their uniforms for some kind of line of work here, but what could that be exactly? See, on the casting card that I read in a previous video, it said that Jack Quaid's character and Melissa Barrera's character both worked at Costco. Now, obviously that was gonna change because how many times do horror movies actually use the name of like some kind of retail store, or just any product in general? Unless the owner of Costco is a huge Scream fan, but I don't know. But it looks like that they're filming outside of a bowling alley, which is really interesting because if you remember from the Scream TV show, there was an entire episode in season 2 dedicated to just being at a bowling alley. It had a bunch of characters from the Scream TV show being chased around by Ghostface, you know, not the regular iconic mask, but the somewhat scarier, less iconic mask. I still don't know how I feel about that, but my point is that's probably going to be a little bit of an Easter egg, which would be cool, but I don't think they're gonna have any more tie-ins with the TV show. That would just get way too complex, and then everybody going into that movie would have to like know everything that happened in the Scream TV show, which I doubt all of us have watched, but I think it'll serve as a cool Easter egg that people who did watch the TV series will appreciate. Now, the other reason that I think this isn't going to be a prequel and it's just gonna have a bunch of flashback scenes is because sometime next week, the cast of Scream is supposed to film at an abandoned shopping mall, which I'm assuming they're going to redecorate to make it look like the mid-90s. Now, if you're like me and you were actually born in the late 90s and didn't really get to experience it, and you're kind of a fake 90s kid, you didn't actually experience being a teenager going to the shopping mall every weekend or like after school and hanging out. I guess that's what the kids back then did. But I wouldn't know because I don't have any friends and I'm not cool. My thinking is that there's going to be a bunch of flashbacks to scenes in the mall where Ghostface might have been chasing people from like the first movie. That's probably a little bit of a stretch, but wouldn't it be kind of dope to have a chase scene in a mall? If this series is good at anything, it's really good in suspenseful chase scenes. So I want to see a whole bunch of that in a whole bunch of weird places. If it's a bowling alley, a shopping mall, or, you know, a house with fog around it. I'll take whatever I can get, Scream 5. Whew, wow. So basically with all of that information, the big thing that I got from all of this is that Scream 5 is going to be a huge amalgamation of everything we already have seen from every other incarnation of Scream. I'm pretty sure Billy Loomis is going to be coming back for all these flashback scenes. We're probably going to see a whole bunch of stuff about him and Marley Shelton's character having their baby, and that's who I think is going to be Ghostface at the moment. These are just theories. I could be totally wrong, but it's fun to talk about. So leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my gigantic update on Scream 5. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at KillJoyJake1 and on Instagram at KillJoy_Jake, and also on Twitch now at KJJ Live. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.